Represented by Elton John's management company, a record deal with Virgin Records, and toured with Paloma Faith. Having listened to his music and seen him live, it is so obvious to see what all the hype is about. Welcome to the show, Jake Isaac.
Hello. Was that about me?
That was all about you.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're right though. It's amazing when you actually finally get to read the bio and read all of the things you've been doing.
I have a lot to be grateful for.
Definitely. And I'm looking forward to getting into it all in this interview. And thanks for joining us.
Absolute privilege.
Well, I want to take it back to the beginning.
Sure.
I have been following your journey from the very beginning. And this has been an amazing couple of years for you.
Yeah.
But before that, it was hard work. It's always hard work, but it was hard independent work, should I say?
Totally.
Do you remember it?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think are the main differences that you're finding being independent and now being signed?
Well, so I've been doing this whole journey as a singer-songwriter for 4 years. Prior to that, I was a songwriter, writing pop songs, writing songs for Christian artists, and those are the main two genres, like pop and R&B, and then Christian. And then I kind of thought, actually, I'm going to focus just more on singer-songwriter pop stuff. And a random mate of mine, an old mate of mine, said, "Mate, you should try doing your own stuff." I was like, "All right, cool, I'll give it a try." This is about 4 years ago. And I always knew how to play instruments. My old man's a pastor, and I was brought up in that culture, in that climate of just music all around. Yeah. So that's always been my background. So when I first met my first manager, I sat in her kitchen. She was up in Cambridge, a lovely lady called Sue, and I said, "Oh, look, I haven't got a lot of songs. I've got this half a song which I've written. I'll try it out." Anyway, I started playing this song, and I just kind of went into my own little bubble because I was really embarrassed. And then I looked up at the end. I only kind of got to the end of the first chorus. I looked up, and she was just like bawling her eyes out.
Fantastic. Well, so not fantastic, but you've
I felt
struck
bad, but I thought, actually, I should probably give this a try.
Yes.
Anyway, it literally happened that year. There was maybe like 6 months later, I was playing the other stage at Glastonbury, like opening up on a Saturday.
Amazing.
And then I was touring with LAS soon after that. And it's, even though it's been independent for the past 3 years, it's been authentic. It's I think a lot of artists, there's a pressure to kind of go online and make a massive online buzz.
Yes.
But actually, because I've been doing it on my own, the only thing I've had is live gigs. So I've had to learn to play my socks off every gig.
Well, this is it. You have so much energy when you're playing, and it can just be stripped back acoustic.
Sure.
But you can really feel the energy in the songs as if a full band is there, and that is definitely an amazing talent to have. Well, it's working. Let's just say it that way.
But it's been a great journey.
We can see. Well, now you've released an EP called Where We Belong.
That's right.
And that was released on Elton John's Rocket Records.
Yes.
Rocket Records. How exciting is that? You've met him? Have you met him?
Yeah. So,
what was the meeting like?
Well, the first time we met was for Christmas dinner.
Well, you don't get any more relaxed and the best way to do it, I think.
Bit of turkey,
lay it all down. Everyone's relaxed.
Yeah, no, honestly, he's a good man. Like, he's what you call salt of the earth. He's like down to earth. Yeah. He's just totally about people and totally about music and expression.
Yes.
And it was an amazing experience, like just being in his art gallery. And
so did you get to play for him at that point? Or?
Do you know what? He'd actually done his homework. So with my manager who works for him, when she kind of, I think what happens is she says, "Oh, actually, I want to manage this guy," and then the management at Rocket check out, and Elton checks it out, and they give the approvals.
See if it matches with the whole ethos. Yes.
Yeah. So I was told at one point, you might get a call from Elton, which I was like, yeah, whatever. In my head, I just said, "Oh, okay, great." And then there was a couple of artists who were invited to his house for Christmas dinner, and it was so humbling. It was so humbling, and he was so encouraging. He knows that the journey can go either way, but he was just so encouraging. It's such a privilege.
And how important is that even for you as an artist now? And you speak to other artists, those that are at the sort of beginning of their journey, some people that have been going for a long time, and you have to keep sort of telling them it's going to be all right, keep pushing, keep spreading the love. As much as Elton John has accomplished, to think that he can still take the time and give back to artists, I think is an important thing to take on.
Absolutely. I feel like I learned so much just from that. Just
Yes.
like, mate, you don't have to have any time for me, mate. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that you do blows me away.
He knows good people.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the main thing.
Totally.
Well, I want to ask you, what's on your iPod right now? What do you listen to? You know.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I've been listening to a bit of John Bellion.
Yes.
His album came out recently, charted at number 5 in the Billboard.
That's right.
He is just like a groove machine. Like, it's ridiculous, and he's got some great pop hooks. And then I've been listening to a friend of mine, a guy called Shaka.
Yes.
Great guy.
Love Shaka.
I listen to him and I buy his music just because he's British and he's London and I'm South, he's West, and we've got to hold each other up.
Yeah, we go.
I've also been listening to him. I recently went to see Coldplay at Wembley the other day, and
Fantastic gig.
it just gets in your blood, doesn't it? Like,
You have to. It has to be on the phone, really.
Totally.
Just to walk down the street and have an anthem going.
Totally.
You just need to have it.
Yeah, totally. Start your day with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think other than that, in terms of more independent or more like under the radar stuff, I've just listened to Sinead Harnett. She was she's just released a new EP with Rinse, and then other than that, I've still got the classics. I still listen to like Paul Simon.
Well, I was going to say that's your basis right there.
Yeah.
I can hear that in your music and in your voice.
Yeah.
I want to hear a bit of music.
Sure.
That's why we're here.
Sure.
But you have a wonderful song, and I was so hoping that you would play it for me. It's just for me.
Me love. That's all good.
For us on this wonderful
Sure.
in-flight journey. It's called I'm a Man.
Sure.
So I need to hear some music now.
Sure.
I really wanted you to play I'm a Man, and I was so excited. I looked up while you were rehearsing, and the song is here. Everybody listening to In-Flight Live, this is really exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me about this song. What was the writing process, and who did you work with?
Yeah, I worked with a really great guy called Jake Gosling, who recently won a Grammy for working with Ed Sheeran. He's a great guy, really humble. He doesn't really care much about his name. He's more about the music, which is again amazing.
Brilliant.
And we kind of got together, and a guy called Chris Leonard as well, and we sat down, and Chris kind of came up with this guitar riff, and I was in the next room. In fact, I was just coming from a toilet break, just in case,
as you do,
FYI. And I was like, "Bro, what is that?" And
wow.
it was just a simple guitar thing, and then I don't know what happened about that time, but I felt like explaining myself and my weaknesses and my insecurities.
Yes.
And so even though the title of the song is I'm a Man, which sounds quite arrogant, this song is pretty much the opposite of it. And it was just a pouring out part, and hopefully it connects.
Yeah, well, let's have a listen. Here we go.
Couldn't find no one to replace you, but I really don't mind. I never found myself, but still I chase you. I don't mean to waste your time. With another love, I'd be empty. 'Cause you knew me too well. Now I'm breaking all the rules. No pretending. No, I can't help myself. We've been here once before, but I swear I love you more. These words I pray will change your heart. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know I mess up time and time again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But darling, I'm not perfect, I'm a man. You changed my world that day when I met you. Never knew I'd be lost, but I would sink or swim just to save you, or build a bridge across. Men ain't supposed to cry, but these tears have all run dry. I've had enough, I'm being real. We've been here once before, but I swear I'll love you more. These words I pray will change your heart. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know I mess up time and time again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But darling, I'm not perfect, I'm a man. Oh, 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 ooh, ooh. I know I mess up time and time again. Ooh, but darling, I'm not perfect, I'm just a man.
That was absolutely moving. Beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you for being so truthful and honest with us. As a man, sometimes we don't hear so much. You've had a really busy summer this year. And you, as you've said, playing Glastonbury. What is it like playing these festival stages? And do you play it stripped back like this, or do you go in with a big band?
So I normally go with the band.
Uh-huh.
I think it's probably suicide if I go up on my own. I go up with the band, and we have fun, and we try and have a party every time we play.
Get the crowd going.
Yeah, totally. We had last year we had about 40 festivals, and this year we've kind of pulled it back a bit and had about 10. But we're kind of gearing up just for our album.
Well, this is it. And you've got your own headline tour coming up as well this year.
Ideally, I think the idea is to do UK, Europe and South Africa as a tour, which would be amazing. I'm just pumped about that. Forget playing, I'm pumped about going.
But will that be different for you? Because, doing support slots and doing festivals, you get a set time. But when it's your own concert, you
just do your thing,
you can take your time, explain it, let the songs breathe. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
It will. That's the least of our worries.
So the team's been getting bigger, and the band's getting bigger, the crew's getting bigger, and it feels like I really feel like, the saying, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Yes. So the live experience is like really important for me, and I'm just pumped about pouring in and
getting the time,
my heart into that. Yeah,
great.
Totally.
It's all yours. Well, what do you prefer? And I know you'll be able to answer this even better after the tour, but the festival gig, the big 60,000, 80,000, 100,000.
Whoa.
Or the intimate, it's all about me and the music, band, take a step back. Me and my guitar.
Yeah.
I said me and my guitar.
Yeah, no, totally get
I'm going to East London here.
Yes, love. I think, I feel like there's a time and a place for both. I don't know what I prefer is the answer to your question. I was going to try and blag it.
Well, you can take both,
Yeah,
why limit ourselves?
I feel like when it's just me and my guitar, I realise, okay, do I mean what I sing? And if I don't, I better get into that real quick because people will see right through me. And then when it's however many people in a crowd, I feel like actually I've got to move them.
The energy.
And I've got, do you know what I mean? So each one stretches me. So I feel like I really appreciate both. And on any given day, I'll do both.
If you could play a style outside of your genre, what would it be?
I think I'd play Latin music.
Yeah, why?
You cannot, whether you've got rhythm or not, when you hear any form of Latin music, you cannot help but move.
Yes.
And there are some phenomenal stories in that music as well.
And history.
Yeah, totally. That is it, hands down. I listen to that in my own time.
Would you ever think of incorporating Latin styles, Latin rhythms into your music now?
I've already started doing that for this new album.
Well,
but I didn't say that.
That's a good promotion right there, if ever I've heard it.
Yeah.
Well, we are in the air now, as you know.
Sure.
We're soaring high above the clouds. If there was anywhere else other than London, sunny London, that you could call home, anywhere in the world, where would it be?
It'd have to be Cape Town, South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been there?
I haven't yet. So I've always wanted to be there. I've got so many friends from there, and I've heard so many stories about there, and I've heard so much music that's come from there.
Yes.
I've been to Joburg a few times, and that's been a privilege.
Yeah.
But I am hungry to be at Cape Town, South Africa.
Our voices might be on the way there now.
Come on.
We're halfway there. We
just jump through the mic.
Just through the mic. Oh, soon coming in the future. Well, Jake, it's been absolutely amazing to have you here. It's great to hear of your journey and where it's all going. Your album is coming out April 2017.
That's the plan.
I can't wait. I'm looking out for the Latin track. But before that, we've got some stomping and some hard strumming coming now. Can you play us Long Road?
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Enjoy this, everybody.
Cheers.
Road.
People say I'll never find just what I'm looking for. And everything they have on me, but I'll still look for more. I know this feeling too well. I was never meant to live in hide. I lived that truth before. They told me I was wrong to fight or live like I was more. Don't get me mad 'cause I'm walking in this long road, this long, long road. Long road, this long, long road. Don't get me mad 'cause I'm walking this. Known that I would go where they said I would stay. I'm not working all these days and nights, earning an hour's pay. I'll take a chance on my own. I'll be walking down this road called life at my own pace. And I don't need them telling me their lies like everything's some race. Don't get me mad 'cause I'm walking this long road, this long, long road. Long road, this long, long road. Don't get me mad 'cause I'm walking this. Can't stand